And by the way, the lack of crowds speak to that. There are no crowds outside. No. It's 8 people, it's 10 people, it's 12 people, it's somebody with their iPhone holding it up.
And they're not Trump supporters. There's a few, but a lot of them are just QAnon and conspiracy theory people. There's not a lot of flags.
No, it just feels like it's
lying,
over. And
lying, MSNBC. Meanwhile,
just standing up top of what they can just to get a view. Not too sure if you can hear right now. Let's take a listen for a second. People are saying, "We love Trump." They're chanting that right now. That's as the former president continues to make his way down President Biden's economic policies and saying that construction workers are feeling the brunt of these policies, and that if he was to be reelected, that he would definitely turn things around. Now, many of his supporters, you can hear them chanting right now.
USA, USA, we love Trump, we love Trump. Those are the chants that greeted President Trump this morning when he stepped foot in New York City. Construction workers, it was about 6:30 this morning when Trump was out there. People were already out there. He got there at 6:30 this morning to do this, to meet with the crowd, to sign autographs, to chat it up, to talk to his constituents, to talk to the people on the ground, to talk to the construction workers. Now, you know Trump comes from the housing business, and so therefore construction is where it's at. So that's like the backbone. That is like his people. So they were out there supporting him and loving him and showing him all the great respect that he deserves right there in the deep blue city of New York. And he made this pit stop before he went to court. So President Trump is really making savvy moves right here. He's playing dangerously great politics right here because he is moving on a level that these people don't even understand. So he's in New York City. He's got to be there. So guess what? Let's organize. Let's have the people come to him right where he's got to be. And that's what they did, baby. They are right there. They came to him. And then he just got to go over to the courthouse and deal with the nonsense. And so this is really, really a strategic move where he's in this deep blue area and he's getting support like that. So that's what we're talking about today in this video. And we're also going to make the contrast of what Joe Biden is up to. What happens when Joe Biden shows up for a visit? Is it the same thing? Is he getting "We love you"? Is he getting USA? Let's find out. Hello, friend, and welcome to The Conservative Poet. My name is Amania, and here on the channel, I do reactions, political commentary. I throw some parody in there, some comedy to tickle your funny bone, because these times that we're currently living in is so stressful and so dire that we need to make a little fun of the crazy. So if that interests you, then you've come to the right place, and we're going to get into it right now. Before we get into the deep dive of what I really want to talk about in this video, I first want to play the full clip from MSNBC, Donny, what's his name? Douchebag? Donny Douchebag? I think that's his name, Donny Douchebag. Where he's talking about how the people have left Trump. Nobody's showing up to see Trump. Everybody, Trump, we're over Trump and this whole thing. And so let's hear it from them. MSDNC talking about the hush money trial going on right now and how pretty much the people have, abandoned Trump. Lying.
and Simone. First, Donny, knowing him, but both of you, about sort of the showman that Donald Trump is. You know, he loves to have his rallies. He gets the crowd going. They're screaming. They're applauding for him saying the most disgusting things about January 6 hostages and a choir, and crowds going wild. They love it. He loves it, and he's got this energy. And he walks outside the courtroom, and every day he's got this opportunity before walking in and after walking out to talk to the cameras. But I think it's a very different scene. It's dour, it's dark, it's gloomy, it's gross. He's got the worst fluorescent lighting going right through his hair. And I just wonder if he feels just not like he can really do his thing from this position. And also the people taking pictures and asking questions. It's the New York media, maybe some people on the street if they're there. It just doesn't seem like he's got his game on, even though it's an opportunity to do something.
I think
Donny,
the net, when you watch what's going on with him, and you watch what's going on with this trial, is a yuck. This just whole thing is a yuck.
So
and
gross.
It's just gross. The whole thing is sleazy. It's tawdry. It's ugly. Look, the story we did before this was about abortion and women's health rights. And then you see this circus act, this sleaze act, this greasy, slimy story. And I think it's tired. This feels like a moment in time. You look at it, and obviously there's abortion, and there's democracy issues, and there's 2 wars going on, and there's a crisis at the border. And I just think the average American looks at this and says, I've had enough. I've had enough. You know, this has been a show, and whether you like it or hate it, you've leaned in. We've leaned in since he came down that elevator in 2015. It feels like it's time that people are leaning out. They've just had enough.
It's the exhaustion factor.
It's exhausting. Stop it. I can't. By the way, the lack of crowds speak to that. There are no crowds outside. No. It's 8 people. It's 10 people. It's 12 people. It's somebody with their iPhone holding it up.
And they're not Trump supporters. There's a few, but a lot of them are just QAnon and conspiracy theory people. There's not a lot of flags.
No, it just feels like it's over. And by the way, this was the trial that was not going to matter. This was not the electoral college. This was not the election stealing trial. This was not the insurrection trial. This was not the documents trial. This was the trial that didn't. What it matters, it shows that he just doesn't seem to matter as much.
Seen that, heard that, good. Donny Douchebag, you are absolutely right. The people are sick and tired of this dog and pony show that you and the rest of the MSDNC panels put out here in reference to Donald Trump. And listen to how Mika lays down the foundation. Talking about him when he comes out of the courtroom, the lights are terrible, and it doesn't shed very nicely on him. But this is where these people's minds are. This is what they're thinking about. Oh, well, it's not like his rallies where he can just come out there and be the bull that he is. Here he's just, he's just little Trump pretty much. And, he has nobody's out here for him. Nobody's out here clapping and waving and doing all of these things like at his rally. He's out of his element. Is he really? Is he really? Let's find out.
Good morning, I'm Phil Tate in Midtown. Moments ago, former President Trump made his way here to Midtown as he greeted many union workers and construction workers. As you can see right behind me, there is still a strong show of support by many people who came to see him just moments ago. Now, this just hours ahead of him as he heads to Lower Manhattan into a courtroom. Just take a look right here, just right behind me. This as he heads back into Lower Manhattan courtroom for this hush money trial. Again, another trial happens in the Supreme Court in D.C. this morning that he will not appear on to see if he is to receive immunity for that. As you can see, many people are very excited right behind me, but he calls much of what he's facing in the court of law a witch hunt. Let's take a listen.
I'll be back in the courtroom, and all that is a political witch hunt. I did nothing wrong. Everybody knows it's a political witch hunt. It's election interference. That's all it is. They all want us to run, and we're gonna run very hard in New York. New York, we have a good chance of winning New York, in my opinion. We're gonna give it a shot.
And as you can see right behind me, there are many of just Trump supporters just chanting his name. Again, this all ahead as the former president headed back to a Lower Manhattan courtroom in just hours. We're in Midtown. I'm Phil Tate, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
As the former president is arriving to a surprise campaign stop ahead of the court appearance later on today. Phil, what's the scene?
Yeah, well, right now, Mike, you are getting a live look at the motorcade of the former president. We're just having our photographer, Marvin Hoffman, just get up there and to give you all a live picture as to what we're seeing right now. That is former President Donald Trump as he is greeting supporters who have been out here for some hours now. Many of them have just been behind those dividers for quite some time. As you can see, many people just trying to take pictures, people just standing up top of what they can just to get a view. Not too sure if you can hear right now. Let's take a listen for a second. People are saying, "We love Trump." They're chanting that right now. That's as the former president continues to make his way down this long line of supporters. Again, if you're tuning into our coverage right now, he is expected to meet with union workers and construction workers this morning. We're still not sure what exactly his message will be, but we did receive some paperwork from the campaign saying that he is really criticizing President Biden's economic policies and saying that construction workers are feeling the brunt of these policies, and that if he was to be reelected, that he would definitely turn things around. Now, many of his supporters, you can hear them chanting right now. He is making his way down as supporters are greeting him. They are smiling. He is shaking hands just one by one. Again, he is expected to meet with many of these construction workers.
Seen that? Heard that? Good. Hello, fellow patriots. Thank you so much for your support. And again, you can do so by purchasing products from the Orlando Patriots, mugs, t-shirts, all of your patriotic gear. We are in an election year, so we need to show the world that we support our candidates, especially President Trump. So get some gear at theorlandopatriot.com and you'll get 30% off. Thank you for your support. It means the world to me. I'll see you there. So again, very, very smart move on the president's side of, meeting the people right where they at, where he needs to be. He's got to be there. Might as well campaign. So it's a great move. And I'm telling you, I was so moved by seeing that. President Trump is loved, loved, loved. I mean, he is one of the most loved presidents there ever was, if not the most loved. I'm going to just say it. Trump just might be the most loved president there ever was, right? So it was a great, great event to see that. I mean, I was teared up just watching the whole thing, just the emotions on the face of the men, as he's signing their hats and their t-shirts and shaking hands and they're taking selfies and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing, right? This is the former president, as they like to call him, president of the United States. This is how much love this man gets. Does Joe Biden get the same love? Does Joe Biden get the same thing? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. So again, very, very smart move on the president's side of, meeting the people right where they at, where he needs to be. He's got to be there. Hey, ho, ho, Bidenomics has got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Bidenomics has got to go. Hey, ho, ho, Biden's got to go. They brought him the hammer. Bang! That was in Biden's former home state. That's the kind of greeting he gets when he shows up from his former home state. And you saw what kind of greeting President Trump got in his former home state, New York City. But wait, there's more. I got just another one. This one I just could not share with you. So here it is. seen that, heard that, good. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Genocide Joe has got to go. Yeah, that's what our friends are chanting. Genocide Joe has got to go. This is in Wilmington, Delaware. And I don't know if you noticed, friends, but the pink-haired freaks are out. And this is the far left of the Democrats, the climate extremists and the, other country-loving protesters. These are the people that Joe Biden has on his side. Or no, they don't, because they've turned on him, right? Isn't it wonderful how the left is eating each other up? Isn't it wonderful to see leftists trying to take down leftists? It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I just thought about it. A couple of years ago, I took a trip and I drove through Delaware. And one of my first stops was, I stopped at one of the, welcome to Delaware, the first one. And I get there and there's a big old picture of Joe Biden. I said, what the hell is this? And so I had on my car a F Joe Biden plaque. Or no, but mine said, let's go Brandon. And so I had some folks take a picture of me with Joe Biden's picture with my Let's Go Brandon, plaque. God, I wish I don't know where that picture is. I'd stick it in here if I could find it. But that was wonderful. And I had such a good time, giving it to the man right in his own state. Just like these people here, giving it to the man. Genocide Joe has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Genocide Joe has got to go. Killer Joe has got to go. What else did they say? Bidenomics has got to go. And what did they say to Trump? We love you, USA. It's a big difference, isn't it, friends? One president people adore, love, will come out, stand in the freezing cold, doesn't matter. We are there because we support Donald J. Trump. And we love him. And I don't think the rest of America would say that in reference to Joe Biden, because he's a terrible president. Matter of fact, President Trump said it in the video, probably didn't see that one, but he said, Joe Biden is the worst president there ever was, pretty much. Even Jimmy Carter looks good compared to Joe Biden. It's telling a lot. And that's where we are. We have a president that people love and want back in the White House. And on the other hand, you got Sleepy Joe, friend. You got Sleepy Joe. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for coming by, sharing, liking, subscribing. Thank you so much for the comments. It really, really helps the channel move along. It's moving along. And I want to say thank you to all of the new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I hope you stay for a while. And if you don't stay for a while, then it's okay. I'll be fine. But I want to thank you for coming by and staying. So God bless you guys. God keep you. And I'll see you in another video. But hey, let's chat it up in the comments. Talk to me about how you feel about President Trump and the love that he's gotten. And talk to me about how you feel about old Sleepy Joe and the hate that he's gotten.